Wow, it's worse than I imagined. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships.
I'm trying to remember. Was it an X-Wing? I think it was an X-Wing. Was over here in the boat lot, wasn't it? I forget what it was, but I believe there was like a starship in Stan's lot when you play the first one. Man. Oh, so many
The assets of
memories.
this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day.
Remember happier
I
times.
remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. Looks like the only available ship on the island right now is LeChuck's. This used to be such a bright, cheery place.
It was a bright,
Stan
scary
used
place.
this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. It's a dried up old sea sponge.
Ooh, I'll take the sponge. Yeah, I mean, I might be misremembering. But I thought there was like,
Looks like the only available
a
ship
Star
on the
Wars
island
ship
right
here.
now is LeChuck's. It's sad to see the shipyard like this.
Gaze at the moon. Yeah, go for it, Batman.
It always looks bigger on this side of the island.
Isn't that an iconic shot right there? And what is this a picture of, Batman? So we might have to go and steal LeChuck's ship. All right. Let's go steal LeChuck's ship. Oh, it's LeChuck's ship. Le ship.
How clever.
Job openings?
Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Oh my god, it's even got the
Looking for
bat
a
sound.
job? Step this way.
It's even
The
got the
clipboard
bat
in your
sound
hand
from
says you're the
LeChuck.
quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote.
I like her.
You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short of swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Oh man, you would not want me there. Ah, gotcha, Batman, gotcha. Well, come on in, Fen. Welcome on in. How are you doing today?
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and
can be
a
a
gunner.
surgeon.
Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
Oh, these are going to be some fun.
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated.
Wow.
I thought so.
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have you got for that?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time, okay?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is that a definite requirement?
Sorry.
I could be the gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once. I can take it.
I have a lot to do today.
Oh, that's not good to hear, Fen. Hopefully you start feeling better. Lots of chicken soup, hugs, and warm tea with honey for you.
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
What's your name, sailor?
Oh, okay, chat. Which one we going with? Are we going to go with the truth? Are we going to go with John Smith? Or Andrew LeChuck, nephew or no relation? Truth? Oh, I kind of want to go with the truth, too. I kind of want to go with the truth, too, because it's going to be funny. No! It might be. It's either a Doctor Who. It's either a Doctor Who reference or it's a James Bond reference. Oh man, so we got. Oh my lord, you all are voting different ways. So I've got 2 people for the truth, 1 for no relation, 1 for Bonanz, and 1 for Smith John Smith. So right now, Threepwood is winning. Does anyone else want to weigh in? Because I'm probably going to do Andrew LeChuck, nephew. Okay, so 2 for John Smith. It's probably one of these things where you can tell them anything and it'll just go to the same results. Truth. Oh, man. All right. Smith, all right. So between Truth and John Smith, we're deciding between Threepwood or Smith John Smith. We're trying to get on the boat. Guybrush Smith, I wish, Fletcher, I wish. All right. And yes, you are burying me in Bonanz too. I'll switch to Truth. Okay. Truth it is. Truth it is.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Yeah, that's what I thought. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist.
That's
I'm
great.
afraid I can't hire you after all.
Well,
right.
That's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop.
Neither of these are unsolvable.
I hope this isn't one of those party cruises.
Yep, trivia card. All right, what's our news trivia? Ooh, what is the first rule of melee jail? No escaping. I knew that one.
Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship.
So we need to find a mop and a disguise. I would never throw an Eevee.
Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck,
You
the most
probably
fearsome
did,
pirate
Fletcher.
on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
All right, so we need to find a mop and a disguise. And yes,
Why
right
was
between the
Wally in
ears.
such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
So they're back from the luncheon, huh?
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
It'll turn out to be a
They
t-shirt
did
or
it!
something.
Oh my god, they put him in! I don't know if you can see it, chat. I don't know if you can see it, but look at his shirt! Look at his shirt! They actually did what I wanted them to do. I knew they would. Oh, you didn't let me down. I don't know, can you see it, chat? It might be too small on computer screens or phones and stuff. But this man has a pin on. This man has a pin.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah. Still, still ask him.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Oh, come on.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Come on.
Say it.
No.
Come on.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes!
Now get lost.
Hold on. Hold on. We gotta save the game. I think it's Alt-S. Bad fox. I am not a bad fox. Hold on. How do you do a quick save? Controls. It is Alt-S. Okay.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
I know he did the thing. Oh, that's cute. Alright. I need to show you something, and I hope it shows up. I hope it shows up. Yes! Oh, it doesn't show that! Oh, it... Yes! Look, there's actually an achievement. Convince Cobb to tell you about Loom. The name of the achievement on Steam is called Fan Service. I saw it pop up in the corner and I just... It is total fan service. Oh, this is making me so happy.
Hi, Cobb.
You again. I know you.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders.
I can't believe they did that.
Their highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
Oh, Zero Sniper. Are you saying you want me to tell you about Loom? Are you asking me about Loom? Well, my friend, Zero Sniper, my friend, Loom is one of the most interesting point-and-click games I have ever played in my life. It is as... Yeah, I too would like to know about Loom. Loom is a wonderful old-school VGA, SVGA point-and-click game that is much darker than a lot of the other point-and-click games that were out at the time. It had a much darker storyline to it, and it had a very interesting musical bent to it, where you would weave with sound. Like, the whole thing is that your character's name was Bobbin Threadbare, and you were rescued. And the people that rescued you wanted to kill you because it had been prophesized that you would destroy the warp and weft of the world. Ooh, that is hot, Fen Fen. That is hot. But yeah, your character Bobbin Threadbare was basically the prophesized, I'm going to destroy... I do need a pin that says ask me about Loom, because I know Loom. I would buy it, Zelray, except for I own most of the games already. I own most of the games from that LucasArts bundle already. I have the... Oh, that's the other ones we were going to play in January. The Indiana Jones games. Because I have the Indiana Jones point-and-click games, too. We're going to play those, too. But yeah, Loom was... It was a very, very interesting, kind of dark point-and-click game. It's relatively short. These days, you can beat it in about 2 or 3 hours if you're really savvy with the puzzles and you remember them, and you're playing on the easier mode of the game. I don't know if I have Zach McCracken. That one I don't. I don't know if I have that one. I'd have to look. But yeah, Loom's big claim to fame was their music system. And it was really cool because the hardest difficulty on Loom is you had to remember the songs by ear. Like, you didn't get a musical staff to play your notes for the spells on. You had to just remember where they were. I loved it. But Loom also holds a special place in my heart because it is the first game. And I bought it with my own allowance at CompUSA It was the first computer game I ever bought with my own money. And scratch computer game, it was the first video game I ever bought with my own money. Like, no joke. It was the first game I ever bought with my own money, and it will always hold a special... Yeah, I'm old Zero Sniper. It will always hold a special place in my heart. Plus, it's just a fun game, but it is definitely a darker bent to the point-and-click genre, because I know that there are people in the game that die. Like, straight up die. And I know there's a very nasty thing you can do with the twisted spell. Like, there's one spell that you can do that is called Twist, which, I mean, think of like twisting something, and that's what the spell does. There's a very nasty thing you can do with the twist spell. Yeah, it's so good. And we'll play that one too. Like, Loom will be a one-shot stream, because that one's, like I said, it's relatively short, all things considered. And, man, if ever there's a game I want to see get a remake or a sequel, not that you really could do a sequel to Loom knowing how it ends, I would love to see a remake of Loom. Like, Loom in this style, or like in a modern-day graphical style, oh. Be still my beating heart if you do that, because I will need to just... The squeeze will be off the charts if they redo Loom. And I hope that this is a sign that they're going to redo or, like, do sequels to more of this old school stuff. Because, oh, I'm so hype about that. But yeah, I need a little pin that says, ask me about Loom. Super into this game, and I kind of want to play it now, kind of wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is not, and bear with me on this one, Zero Sniper. It is not the best game ever made. And a lot of my enthusiasm is colored by rose-colored glasses and just pure nostalgia. But it really was a good game. Like, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, like making something living into a dish towel. Yeah, pretty much, Zelray. Pretty much. Because there is a part of the game that you have to use the twist, untwist, because if you played the songs backwards, they did the opposite. And you can do something pretty nasty with the twist spell. I'm surprised they coded that in, but hey, you know someone's gonna try it. I can't believe you can ask them about
I'm gonna
Loom.
find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick stand up, that only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad that Cobb is still here and that you can ask him about Loom.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
Oh, these are all great. Or I haven't watched The Fate of Atlantis of the other movies. They were like actually movies. Yeah. I wish they had made Fate of Atlantis into a movie. It would have made a good one.
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
Wow.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh.
Wow.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Yes.
Dang. Some pretty hefty qualifications they want. Pretentious. Experience counts too, you know. Alright, well, stuff is open again, so let's go talk to our map maker and see if I can't get his monocle to look at the locks.
Hey, Wally.
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
It sounds
too,
like Ron
Wally.
Paulson.
Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Oh, that's totally
Yeah.
Ron Paulson.
Good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past
Sorry,
all that
Rob.
and am
Sorry,
running
Rob.
the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Yeah, there's definitely Rob Paulson. I know, I said Ron. I meant Rob. Yeah, that is unmistakably him. Ah! I'm so happy. Alright, I am looking for a map.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
Well, I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
Of course.
I'm looking for a map through the forest.
What are you trying to find in the forest?
I don't know. Nothing in particular.
Then having a map won't really be any different than wandering around lost, will it?
Yeah, but, I mean, well, never mind.
Wow.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Oh,
The
franchise.
town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Hang tight one moment, chat. Hang tight one moment. I need to do a thing and I hit the wrong button. Hang tight one moment. I'll be right back. Just hang tight. Hang tight. We'll be right there. You were hearing me make all kinds of ridiculously embarrassing noises today, and I am not apologizing for this. I am not apologizing for all of the stupid noises I am making today, for just how ridiculous I am. No, don't do that. Okay, okay. All right. All right. You. All right, there we go. There we go. Come on. All right, there we go. Just bear with me. I'm doing a thing. It'll be worth it. Trust me. It will be worth it, chat. There we go. There we go. Now I just got to my hand a little bit. No, I want this. Nope, that's not. All right, bear with me a second. This is taking a minute to get set up, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. There we go. No, no concern. No concern. This is totally worth it. Trust me. This will be totally worth it. This will be totally worth it. Because yes, you are going to hear a hysterical amount of giggling now. But there you go, chat. We are now appropriately attired. We are now appropriately attired. I'm keeping this, by the way, Fletcher. We're going to use this in future streams. Alright, only because it's a little small. It's a little small on this screen, chat. Only because it's a little small. We are now appropriately attired. We are now appropriately attired to be playing a Monkey Island game. Thank you very much, Fletcher K. Oh, come on, Batman. I had to. I had to. This is too much fun.
It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh.
Cartographing. Yeah, it looks like a pair of trousers. Slightly suspicious ladder to a window.
Hey, Wally. What's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby.
That's fair.
I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. They're like glasses, only way less convenient.
Sneak on the monocle?
Ooh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
Yoink!
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks.
Nice. Well, now I can look at stuff. I did not know that, Batman.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I didn't know you made globes, too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
The latest continents.
This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
I also figured he's doing a voice, but I mean, that stuff does happen,
Wally,
Batman,
can I have one of
unfortunately.
these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. I had a map like this once, but I sailed left.
Hey.
It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond.
Shh, that's a ski map.
The first rule of piracy is, never buy a used treasure map.
There.
Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
I love that the doormat is also a map.
Good old mazes. Can't get enough mazes. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself.
No, that is not a command that needs to be used.
Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Of course there's maps. Alright, well I think that is everything we can do in here, but I'm guessing that now we can go to the jail and meanwhile they brought these back.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check.
Oh god.
Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live.
I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more
On
on
brand.
brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
But you know I'm immediately gonna find a way to get on the ship. Like that is just a given that we will be on the ship. Let's go to the jail.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
Alright, so monocle.
You look like you're having a good time.
Numbers.
Nice.
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Good boy, Guybrush. Tower's doormat is actually. Yep, it is. It is Bunny Fist. Yeah, it is totally just Harnell. Oh,
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart.
There's so much nostalgia in this,
Welcome
and
back.
I love it.
Hi.
All right, make me a map,
Hello again.
or make me a key rather. Let me again. Oh, hold on. I didn't do this right.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
I won't. I would like to give you a serial number.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Yes.
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Oh, wow. What a coincidence. I
had no idea. Of course I didn't.
Oh, I'd really like some crackers.
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
All right, fine. All right, well, let's go free Otis.
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid!
And... Wait, appreciate the jail key?
This is awesome. Now I can open one of the jail cells.
Ooh, what happens if I try and unlock Stan? Because of course I have to try.
No thanks. I'm about to be acquitted. Escaping looks bad.
All right, fine. Here we go.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked.
Right
Good
answer.
luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case.
Nothing?
They say the only real prison is
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
Oh, I missed what he said. They say the only real prison is the one in your head, but take it from me, that's a load of barnacles. All right, what other funny things does Stan say? This is gonna help.
Most of this serial number has been rubbed off.
Hold on, what did that say?
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
Hold on.
It's good for relieving stress.
Okay, that didn't do
word of
anything.
advice, kid. Stick to the narrow straights.
Straight and narrow. Alright, so we've freed Otis. We magnify this door? Ah, look for a clue.
I don't see anything useful here.
Ooh.
It seems to be stuck closed.
What can we use? Horse armor.
This has gotten me out of a lot of scrapes over the years.
Alright, well, hold on. We're gonna take a look at this. What's on our to-do list? Get a mop, seize LeChuck's ship, find the secret of Monkey Island. Okay, so we need to disguise ourselves somehow.
Things are not what they seem.
Never are. Also, kitty!
All keys are gold. It's the way of keys.
Poor lady.
The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memory.
All right, well, the hint was go to the mop guy, but we're going to talk to the International House of Mojo first.
It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign.
Okay, I love the fact that when you mouse over the exclamation point sign, your tooltip is just exclamation points.
It says everything must go, but it says it with numbers. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises.
Oh.
But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John
Oh.
Bailey at the museum.
Oh, really?
I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
All right, I guess we're going to the Pirate Museum.
Keep up the good work, buddy. Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty.
This is great.
Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed
This is
persons.
hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the
What are we
product
supposed to
should
do with
not
it?
be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and future, throughout this and all possible and impossible universes.
This is great.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a
liability
issue.
That
What's
is
cooking?
great.
The Feast of Knowledge.
That is great. All right, what haven't we looked at yet? The baskets, the toad.
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
And yeah, exactly, Amaris. I'm also here glad to hear that your visa's cheaper this time around. Right, I'm looking for a hint card.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price.
Too bad it's empty. An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month.
How would we have known? Is this the year you'll finally tell me your
Is this the year
name?
when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us.
It is a running gag.
But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
We finally know her name. It's Karina.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Aww.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
That's actually a really good, a good message there.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Of course he would. It's LeChuck.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there.
You should, Zero Sniper. It's fun.
I don't suppose you sell mops.
I cannot guide you on matters of mops. The true master is the cook at the scum bar.
All right. Do you know anything more about John Laney with
Do
the
you
eye
know more about
patch?
this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic.
Voodoo?
The
You
eye
do.
patch
Do
still
what?
exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself
Not
were
liberate it.
to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes. Voodoo? Do what?
Tell me again about Laney.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Captain, it was that.
I want the
eye
next
patch.
option.
Got it.
Nope, I wanted this.
Your sign says you're going out of business.
Oh, no
Or is
worries,
this
Zero
one of
Sniper.
those
You have
not
a good
really
day at
going out
work.
of
Don't
business,
work too
going out of
hard.
business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison
Of course
desires
she does.
this location. That
But she's
it
a
belongs
jerk.
to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does
How
dark
does
magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets.
Secrets.
I am no expert. It's too sterile for my taste.
You like things messy.
I like things messy and theatrical.
I agree.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
It actually
You like
makes
that
sense to
metaphor
me.
a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. I'll get back to browsing the shop.
Act fast. Supplies are limited.
Alright, so we got an eye patch to go grab. And hopefully y'all don't mind that I'm pretty much just sitting through all of the dialogue. But the dialogue is just so good. Dialogue from this is so good. Alright, so let's go to the lookout, see if he's got anything to say, and then we're gonna go to the Pirate Museum. Anything new to
Hi
say?
again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not.
And welcome back, Fen
I'm
Fen.
thinking about going on LeChuck's expedition after all.
I'm glad to hear you decided to patch things up.
No, he doesn't want me on the ship. I'm blacklisted. I'm gonna have to go in disguise.
These Shakespearean comedies just write themselves.
Yes, yes, they do. Alright, so Pirate Museum was here. I'm sad the circus isn't here anymore, but maybe it'll light up as time goes on.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Recognize that voice, too.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
I have no idea, Batman, but that voice sounds super familiar.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know.
Oh dear.
Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Ooh, hopefully that's good noms you have, Caliber Jerry Garcia.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
It's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks
Aw.
a lot. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important.
Oh my god, did you see that pop up at the bottom?
Tell me again about the
Watch
wanted
the
poster?
bottom of the
That
screen,
is
chat.
the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize.
Oh, it didn't do it again. It's flash spoiler warning down here, because that was a total spoiler for Monkey Island 2. And that sounds delicious, Caliber Jerry Garcia. And what is your good news, Surrogate? What is your good news? Do tell.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was
That's the
found
grog
in a
mug!
Melee jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey,
No.
I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug
See?
to mug because it
Spoiler
was
alert.
melting them. I had an armload of mugs, and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate.
Well, that's true.
Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
No, he doesn't actually have a peg leg either. That's a nice touch. Oh, good, Surrogate. I'm glad. I am so glad. This is fantastic. But yeah, I love how every time you look at something from one of the previous games, it keeps flashing spoiler alert.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
Yep.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
Yeah, I wish it was sooner, Surrogate. But hopefully they have you on a wait list where if they can get you in sooner, they will.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost
Nice.
pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd.
Excuse
it's like
me.
this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine.
You're just wrong. Oh, that's awesome, Fletcher. That is awesome. Thank you. I am gonna have to do things with that too. Read the plaque.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. What
He
can you
is
tell me about
dumb.
this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
Well, that's because it's exhausted its powers. Oh, storeroom. Ooh, crackers.
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required.
Not the worst time. Well, that's true. That's true, Surgeon. I'm just glad that they're getting you in finally. Looking for another trivia card. Okay, no hidden trivia cards here. Now we gotta go make crackers, defeat the guard parrot so we can distract the guard parrot from when we try and steal the eye patch. Got it. Ah.
There's some very tiny writing on it.
Oh, well, yeah. But at least they're getting you in, Surrogate. At least they're getting you in.
The numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read.
Oh, okay. Can I use this to pick the lock?
That never ends well for the knife.
Oh, come on.
The display case is locked.
Okay.
It's soft and extra fuzzy. Pirate Times, editor Conrad Lee, ready to publish your unrecognized genius. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. It doesn't seem interested.
Alright, so we've... Oh, hold on. Make a joke about the hook.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Melee.
I didn't know that. Poke the plank. You can just keep poking the plank if you want. Coffin looks familiar.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab
I was gonna say,
Island.
that's my coffin.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
I really don't like this guy. I really don't like him. Alright, so now what we need to do. Quartermaster recognized me, won't hire me, get a mop. Alright, so let's go talk to the cook at the Scum Bar. Let's go talk to the Scum Bar cook and hopefully get his mop. So far, these puzzles haven't been too terrible. I mean, we're playing this on hardcore mode. I'm surprised. Oh, there's another trivia card. I'm surprised that the. Hi.
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not.
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Yeah. What an arse.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Of course, sir. Sorry for the delay.
Alright, so it sounds like we also need to go talk to the governor at some point. But yeah, the museum guy's an idiot, that pirate is an idiot. There's a lot of fun here.
Oh, you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse. Marlin is here.
Marlin, that's a pretentious
customer
name.
I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but He makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
That is a valid answer.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Can I admire your mop?
Well, it's definitely a mop.
Can I borrow your mop?
Can I borrow your mop?
Put that down before you hurt yourself.
What?
Clearly, there's a lot you don't know about mops. The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook.
Oh, I know it is, Batman.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of
This
mops.
is really
Carve
funny.
your handle from a limb of that tree.
Alright, so,
Any questions?
You're crazy.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Alright, so that bunch of string we found is probably the head of the mop.
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must
Oh,
discover
come on.
for yourself.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Alright.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command,
That
and
was a
sail
dig
to
at
Mogiana.
Space Quest, by
But
the way.
First, I had to make a mop.
That was a total dig at Space Quest.
Stay away from that picture.
How's it going with that nightmare customer guy?
My stomach feels like it's full of cannonballs and splintered rowboats.
That's fine.
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads. But I can't think
Oh,
about
that didn't
right
work this
now.
time.
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Alright, so we need to go to Wally's to get a map. And then we need to go to the governor to ask her what she served for dinner last week. So I think this hard mode just puts extra steps in here. Alright, Wally.
Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Okay.
Bye.
So we need to go use the knife on the... Oh, goodness. Alright. So let's go knife the mop. Let's go knife the mop to get a splinter.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could...
Yeah. Alright.
Stay away from my mop.
Yeah, okay. Surreptitiously abscond with the mop.
Stay away from my mop.
Well,
Fire mop.
it's definitely a mop.
Carve the mop handle.
Stay away from my mop.
Okay, so we need to distract him somehow. You know what? I bet this is one of the ingredients.
Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home and office use. We pros don't touch
Come on. Fine. All right, so let's go talk to the governor. Because maybe I have to figure out the gourmand pirate first. And maybe we need to do gourmand pirating first. I really want to go to Lookout, but that's okay. And for the island interior, governor's house. Maybe we take that way, Guybrush. Alright, governor's mansion. Alright, Elaine. I need to talk to you about your dinner last week. I've come for a recipe.
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy
All right.
these days. Governor stuff.
Yeah, Elaine is not the governor anymore. We're getting a lot of trivia cards that I'm not paying attention to. Oh man, production for Monkey Island 2 happened at... I'm pretty sure it was Skywalker Ranch. A building? That's funny. I'm pretty sure it was Skywalker Ranch. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Zalray, which means we need to find out the recipe for him. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's Skywalker Ranch. I'm pretty sure that's... No! Not Skywalker. He rambles on and on about anchors. Yeah. Well, there's definitely some trivia here that I'm not getting, which is interesting. We'll get it on the second playthrough, though. We will get it on the second playthrough. Because I do want to do the director's cut of this. Alright, so let's go talk to the gourmand again. See if he can be any more use. Because he is kind of useless. If it wasn't Skywalker, it was probably ILM.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor served me last week.
Of course, sir. Sorry for the delay. Don't look now, but I think there's a leech on your chin.
Buzz off.
Okay.
Hey, Cobb.
You again. I know you.
Nice
Nothing
talking.
new from him.
Yeah.
I miss the pirate hanging off the chandelier. Ouch!
Are you
Ouch,
sure I
Zalray.
can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Yes.
You can just stand
Pleasantly
near the
scorching
stove.
hot. How's it going with that nightmare customer guy?
My stomach feels like it's full of cannon.
Oh, where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion. It's probably some exotic, weird...
Oh!
I'll see what I can find.
Oh! Oh! I know. It's the Bobby Flay book. Well, whatever the name was, like Robbie McFlay or something. I know. We did find a swanky cookbook. We just gotta go fetch it. Yes, we need the book. The book. The book. No. Ingredients. Okay, that's funny.
It's thicker than I would have imagined. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty.
That's true. She won't let us take the book. Nope, I can't substitute that.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No backseating,
Yeah.
Batman.
I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Alright. So she won't let me borrow the book even though I have a reason now. So what do we have? Yeah. Well, I was just curious if maybe it was a portrait of her sword.
Edgy.
I was hoping that maybe having a reason to take the book, it would let us have the book. Okay. So we need